Hallo, good evening, guten Abend. Ich hoffe, euch geht es allen gut. Mir geht es auf alle Fälle gut. In other words, translated, I hope everybody is doing okay. So today's show, okay, now where the friggin' hell am I going to start? Oh, for starters, who have we got here? We got, of course, on the Fuzzy Bear Grizzly. We got
Yay.
Pal. We got Bostonian, who is a mechanic, just to let you know, who owns his own business, and he can't get his fucking headset to work.
Well,
Fuck's sake.
thank God you don't need a headset to drive a car.
The fucking, well, no comment on that one. Well, Bostonian is here as well, just a figure there in the middle. UK Army, mind still. Join us if he ever comes out of his bloodlust he's in at the moment. And Valhalla, it depends if he makes it back from his rind out holiday at the English coast. Okay. Let's start with this. Okay. Grizzly, where the fuck do I start?
Let's see here. What is so incredibly pertinent that we have to discuss it? Okay, well, show's over. Nice seeing everybody. Thanks for being here. I don't know. Let's start with an easy one. Okay.
Go on, then.
All right. Let's start with the new not the new special depots, but the new oil and metal deposits.
Yes, the ones that last like 20 days, something like that, right?
Yeah, 21, 22 days, something like that.
Okay. I've tried a couple of them. Have you tried any, Grizzly?
I peeked at one and went, yeah, okay, I'll just go ahead and put my my master loot up on instead and do a couple threes. I don't, I mean, once I look at it this way, okay. I mean, it's real nice. It's cute and everything, but here's the skinny of it, right? When you're in upper level, say you're in 40s and above, and you're upgrading your units, the average upgrade is what, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 6 days, sometimes 7 days. What the fuck are you going to do with 500 million res an hour coming in? I mean, you're not going to use it. You can't use it for anything. Once all the upgrades are all started, there you sit watching it go. You're full. You're full. You're full. You're full. Yeah. So, and I don't really need to be reminded of that annoying shit. So I just didn't bother.
Pal, your thoughts on these new oil and metal depots?
Oh, I thought the picture was going to be the answer to everything this show.
Yeah, finally.
Okay. No, I'm not really interested, to be honest with you. I, we have progressed so far in this game that we've exceeded depot generation of players.
Yeah.
If there's not some real big massive catch with the depots, like a prize involved or something, it's
Yeah.
not really going to activate people to really care about depots more. You're still going to have your normal sector residents that do their duty and collect depots when they go rogue and this and that.
Yeah.
That's just part of living where you live. No matter if you change sectors every 15 days, it's still part of sector duty to pick up a depot here and there just to do it, especially if it's around an enemy base or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't even, with the increased amounts and just the different little adjustments that they've made, I don't see where the whole excitement's coming from the depot aspect. And you said we're not talking about the other one, just normal. So that's all I can
just
comment
normal
on
ones,
that.
yeah. Well, yeah.
As far as the other ones goes, I mean, you have to get a magnifying glass and really spend 4 hours on the map looking for one to find one
Don't
and do one. So
fucking started on that shit.
We'll go on that in a minute. But I happen to agree with you on the other ones. It's just it's great. It's great for the guys that can use the extras. I mean, and that's fine, and it's good. I mean, it's good to have one in an enemy sector, because that forward operating base is still working now, So, but other than that, if you're a lowy, yeah, grab them because it can really help the lowies, because a lot of their upgrades are 1 day or, so So they can take advantage of that. But if
I
you're up
mean,
there where you can grab a forward operating, yeah, I mean not a forward, but a master loot, and you hit a 3, that's what 450 million one shot.
Right,
You
right.
know,
One
so I mean,
shot. So
yeah, I mean,
my
nice spot.
is, I mean, most of the time now we see retards. Well, sorry, I shouldn't really call them retards. Mentally incapable people, or really low levels, collecting. You know, they have
Yeah,
the depots. Okay.
yeah. Well, there was a time where that was a good thing.
Oh, I used to
You
have
know,
depots just to catch the fuckers out because anybody who stole one was going to get flacked,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But my argument is these new ones. Good luck with the low level trying to fucking hit one of those.
yeah,
He will lose his ass.
yeah. They're tough. I got to admit. You know, so if you're in the middle high 30s, you shouldn't
No
have a
chance.
problem. You know, and it can be worth the repairs to grab one or two. You know, one of each. You know, like Sam says, he's got one metal and one oil. It can be worth it. You know, but other than that, for anybody else that like I said, grab the master loot because I grabbed the master loot. And because I usually try to time it so all my upgrades are all going off at the same time, you know, and so I'll spend an hour or so with the master loot, and I'll get all the upgrades going again, and I don't even bother to fill up because if somebody's going to whack me, they ain't getting crap. I'll leave like 60 million, 100 million, and that's it. So, other than that, and then you're done. 5,000 medals, big deal. It's a raindrop in the bucket.
Okay. About these depots. Okay. Now, I don't know if any of you ever remember when you first started what the game of War Commander was supposed to be about. Grizzly, can you remember?
Yeah, that's when he went around and smashed a base or two or three or 12 or 20.
No, 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 no.
And
What
then,
was
and then
the concept of War Commander? Do you
well,
remember?
yeah, to invade, to attack, to upgrade your units. When you
No, no,
when you
no, no,
need to,
no.
you need to.
The whole concept of War Commander.
Okay, give me your
Yeah,
idea of concept.
the fighting is part of it, but what you were supposed to be fighting for, okay, and I remember this clearly when you first started in the introduction. When you read it, if any fuckers bother to read it, it actually turns around to this: the people who hold the most depots are the rulers of the sector.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that
You
silly piece of
remember
shit.
that?
Yeah, I remember that now.
You
I
know,
remember
that was at one time when this game started, nearly 8 years ago. That was the concept of War Commander, is
Yeah.
fighting over depots.
Yep. Over the deposits. Yep. We
There
remember
you go.
we even had a Sector 47 deposit central room where everybody could bitch at each other about whose depot was whose. Because
Yep,
we didn't
I
because we
remember
didn't
that.
want it on the 47 page. Get it the fuck off the page. Go to the goddamn deposit central room.
But this is what War Commander is based on: is fighting over depots.
Yeah, that's what it was originally. I got to admit.
That's what it was. Mr. Bostonian, if you're still with us somewhere, what did you think? Here we go. Of these new metal and oil bases. That's if we ever get an answer.
Yeah, Stan, you can still type in the side chat.
I thought his mic was working last time,
That's it.
Nope.
He bought a new one. There you
Yeah.
go.
and now it's not working.
It's still not working. No.
When all else fails, read the instructions. He is so going
Okay.
to smack me.
Oh yes.
I'm not going to have to worry
But
about
I
bad
know
guys.
I know how it aggravates the fuck out of people, but it's actually like a, I don't know what the wording is for it to be exact, but it's like a, I don't know. With audio settings, it's like you follow a set path of instructions every single time, no matter which device you're dealing with, no matter if it's a headset or if it's a pair of speakers. When you once you plug them into the computer, you always follow a set path of ways to figure out why they're not working. Basically, by using the little volume rocker indicator icon down there on your taskbar, or even if it's a different type of computer, you just go directly
Yeah.
to the audio itself and try to figure it out. But
We
yeah, if he
talk
wants to
we
type, he can type
talking
too.
Bostonian here. Now
Yep.
with Bostonian, you give him a car, and
Yeah.
he'll have no problem,
Yeah, the
right?
guy the
You
guy
get
can
him to
fix a
smash
$3
a
million
base,
Lamborghini and get a $20
yeah,
headset and it's over.
yeah. You point him in direction of a base, and he is there. But ask him to get his fucking headset sorted. It's like talking to the man on the fucking moon. Okay,
No. We'll have him watch the red
so
green
these
show.
oil and metal depots, they're so. They're not for low levels. No, low levels cannot get them unless a
I
high level
mean,
gets it
if
for
you
them, they're taking
if
it.
you
Yeah.
actually look at their value as far as a PvP aspect, they're not really the only real value to them to us higher levels in the game right now is using that op, which very few of us rarely use that op really, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Most, I mean, for the most of us, if even if, I don't know, it depends on what account we're using. If we're using our main accounts or we're using secondaries, but when you're going to wars, you're only going to be there for a set amount of days, and typically it's
Yeah.
not 7. I've just now seen like actual long missions popping up where people are going to be sitting and staying in sectors, but I don't think that they hold any value anymore because of what they offer to the player. I don't
No.
think they hold any value. But as
For
Yeah.
far
high
as
level
using that
players,
op, and being able to deploy, as for an example, like everybody noticed during the last event when everybody knew that Scooby was in 178 with us and he was jailed. It wasn't like we jailed him because we knew the jail was going to work. We knew the jail wasn't going to work. You don't do things in this game just on a flim and because you
Yeah.
have no kind of information. Obviously, if you're doing something, you're going to be weighing the benefits and the disadvantages, the advantages and the disadvantages to it. But like we were trying to gel him just to slow him down in an aspect of saying it. That's
Yeah.
one tactical maneuver is to to slow and decrease that player's amount of game time down to a point where he isn't ruining so many other players' events
Yeah.
while he's having his type of fun.
Right.
Because if you're actually enjoying the game from the other player's aspect, not just yours, if you're not just sitting in your shoes while you're playing the game, if you do try to understand what the other player's thinking, that is part of the tactical advantage of the game. So really, to me, what I'm saying is depots, as far as PvP, don't really hold any value but that one, being able
Yeah.
to deploy a platoon if you're in a mass jail.
Right.
Other than that, even if they started giving away 100 million res per depot, technically speaking, that really doesn't fucking matter to us anymore with the new res bases.
no,
We have like so
no.
many different res options of
Yeah.
bases nowadays that actually, to be technical about it, we begged for those updates year after year. Just bump these res oil and metal bases up like 50 million here and there. Just
Yeah.
on certain levels of them, and they ignored us year after year. They were just doing like small increments, very
Yep.
small. Like they would boost one year we get an update for 25 million. We're all like, damn, that's not really much of an update after waiting a year or two for an update.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we got these big massive updates and we got these newer generation ops.
Yep.
Well, you don't need all these depots. You basically eliminated the whole need for a depot when you created a newer generation reso base.
Yep.
Because you turn on master loot op, you go hit one number 2 base, and you went above 100 million res.
Yeah.
And you got no repairs, so you could just hit the number 2 base with the master loop op on, and your depot goes poof. It is eliminated from the game right then and
Yep.
there with
Yeah.
using a very cheap op and hitting a very low base. So
Yeah.
then your depot,
And even low level players can
yeah,
use them.
you see them saying it more than us. Why do I need a depot when I can just go hit this over here and I'm done? They literally,
Yep.
you'll see that every now and then in chat too from a lower level player. Why do I don't? You'll see them saying, I don't want no depots, just
Yeah.
like that. And every
Yep.
once in a while you'll get lucky in a lower level say, because I've got these other tools in place that make those obsolete. In a nutshell, that's what they're saying. And then, yeah, you said we weren't touching the other new generation
No,
style
not yet.
Oh, we
resources
are
yet.
going to
No,
touch.
we're going to
I'm
get to
still
that.
looking for one.
Now,
I've been looking for one since we went live, and I'm still haven't
now,
found one yet on the
now,
map.
I've been
If I
looking since
find
we
one,
went
let's
I'll
stay
live.
let
on.
everybody
Hey,
know so y'all can jump and y'all can take this one motherfucking thing that I find because it might take me 2 hours to find just one of them. So
um, yeah, they we're sitting there, we're talking about depots. I can remember there was a time where I did enjoy it, having a bunch of depots. About 2 years ago, and a couple of
if
clans
not
were.
longer, if
Oh
not
no,
longer.
no! Let me get through this story here.
Okay.
A couple of the clans in 47 were going to jump to another sector. It was just before we went to the free jumping. Okay, and so you had to stay the 7 days, right?
Right.
And about 30 guys were going to jump, but they didn't want to lose their depots, right? Their deposits.
Gotcha.
So I was going to stay and I was going to hold everybody's deposits. I had 435 deposits, right? 435. I mean, and that's back when upgrades were taking, a couple hours. So I was upgrading everything like a son bitch. And what happens? Everybody comes back and I'm going, okay, get these things off my hands. I'm tired of defending them. I'm tired of taking them back. I'm tired of thieves, take them all back. And to the man, every single person that I was holding depots for 7 days and fighting over said, nah, you know what? I don't need them. And I'm going, you what? 435 of these some bitches. I mean, it took me a week to collect them all. That these guys were giving me lists. It took me a week to suck them all up. So I went, okay, you don't want them? I'm glad you're sure. So I just jumped out of the sector and jumped back in.
Yeah, you will learn now for that.
Well, adios.
Now we come to these new ones. These new Gen 2 platforms. Now, Grizzly, I shall forewarn you now. I'm really trying to stay calm. All right? I fucking hate
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really thirsty, so I'm gonna just stick my tongue out when it rains and quench my thirst on that. About the same effect. Good fucking luck.
But
Oh.
these new Thor, well, they look like Thor depots, like the old Thor thingies, the picture.
Yep.
We had in the sector we are in fucking one. All right? One. Kicksay, are you listening? Fucking one in a whole sector. And there were no more because I checked that blasted sector from top to bottom, from left to fucking right. One single fucking depot.
Well, that's all that was on the list was one. What did I say?
Yeah.
47 had. We had 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The whole sector, which is absurd.
It's like, remember when the Thor depots first come out? You had like the one or the two and you had to guard them with your fucking life.
Oh, yeah.
But come on, do you know what I mean? One in a whole fucking sector. So
And
don't give me the fucking bullshit out. We're rolling these out. They're all over the map. Are they all over the map?
Mm-hmm.
You're fucking useless. Absolutely.
And to be honest with you, with all due respect to the player base that they have actually turned us into with this game, because a lot of us that started this game, we grew accustomed to timed upgrades, to things taking time. So basically for the ones that, so a lot of us that have been with the game since the beginning and stuck with it, even if we've taken little breaks for, just personal reasons or non-personal reasons, even if we've taken breaks, all of us that have stuck with this game all these years, we've actually been programmed, the way that Kickseyes released their updates into the game, which years and years ago it was time based.
Yeah.
We got over that. There was a lot of us that we, after so many months, we just stopped. We like stopped bitching about timed upgrades pretty much, and then it got to the point where they finally just listened to all those years of tears and bitching and moaning, and they went to a newer generation with Wrong Thinker. He moved the game into a generation that was not timed anymore. So if you think about what they've done to us themselves, what they've done to the player base from their model, from their company model with the game, the game has shifted to a non-time based format in a way of thinking about it. Although we've got upgrades we have to wait on consistently in our tech centers, in our academies, in our defense lab, in our merc camp, in the workshop. Although we are quite used to these normal time events taking place in the game constantly around us. We've also become accustomed, based on their programming us, to want non-time things at our
Mhm.
available and ease too. Like if we're farming for 5 time things on the map, every other day, and then they're constantly giving us these things that are time based, they're going to lose our interest is what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of people that don't want to be farming another resource. There really is. There's a lot of people that don't want a third resource to farm in the game, which technically speaking, a lot of people devalue, how high those other resources are rated in the game too, because actually we have other resources that are already being farmed away from oil, metal, and Thor, which is the Bastion resources for the weapons lab. That's something that's constantly been farmed by players, even if it's a weekly occurrence. Like on one day they just hit it really hard and heavy. It's still farming. It's still something that's taking place on the map. It's being done repetitiously. So that's just another word for them, is farming,
Well,
doing
well, the,
something.
what my argument in all this is, they're throwing all this shit at us. Every single time there's something fucking new, right? Some of
Right.
it is good, some of it is bad, but all of it is tiring. All of it
Yeah.
is mind boggling. Some of it is just plain fucking stupid. You got events, you got um, shadow ops, you got this fucking hangout, whatever it is they're doing. There's always, you got the PvP season starting. You got, fucking Warpath. There's always something going on. You just can't keep up. You seriously. But they're throwing all this at us. Like I said, something good. Some of it is bad. But they don't fix what's already been fucking broken forever. They don't fix it.
Yeah, because I jumped on the game earlier and was testing my Lancers, and they're still acting kind of fruity. I apologize. I haven't had the time to read the update notes. Normally, in the past, week after week, I was posting update notes for everybody else, and this week I haven't even read them yet. So I don't know if there was a Lancer fix in there or not, but I used them just
No,
earlier, and they're still acting fucking
no.
cuckoo crazy shit.
My lancers don't even fucking shoot. They're just sitting there looking fucking pretty.
Well, mine are still running off like they were before, and I'm still having issues with caretakers and bishops not doing their exact programming, what they were designed to do. The caretakers are back to running off, and it was fixed for a while, and then it just came back recently, and it's doing it again.
The
The
caretaker's
caretakers,
always, if you have the caretaker looking, say for argument's sake, after the juggernaut, right? The
right?
juggernaut goes one way, the fucking caretaker goes backwards.
Yeah, and your shit's getting hit, and the whole
What the
purpose of the
fuck are you
caretaker is
doing?
to align with your units, and even if you got to click on the caretaker every once in a while and keep it with your units, that's understandable. But it was designed to be a protective defensive unit to protect your protective offensive, I guess it would be called, however you want to classify it. But it just runs the fuck off all the time, and
But
they're just sticking more.
literally,
You're right. They're sticking more and more shit in the game, when we don't need more and more shit right now. What we actually need as a player base is we need the game fine-tuned, really fine-tuned to adjust to all the players in the game, not just one player and not just
Well,
this
I
group of
finally,
200 and
I
not this
finally,
group of 5,000.
I finally get to annoy Heike here.
Oh God.
My caretakers,
Yes.
they always go exactly where they're supposed to go. I don't know
Not
what your
mine.
problem is.
I hate you.
Nope.
The
Do you
fuck
I've
out.
been
realize?
complaining.
Do
I've
you
been
realize,
complaining about
Joey? Do
caretakers.
you realize, Joey? That's the first time I've ever had a get up on one on Heike. Her and her. Oh,
No,
I
it's
ain't having any
literally,
troubles with my
it's
thing. I got the
Well,
pin for 8,000.
that also identifies something because you're saying yours worked fine, but
Yeah.
other players are saying theirs don't work fine. So that means it's
Well,
not a game-wide
there's
issue. It's
there's a lot of
intermediate.
there's a lot of players that still don't know how to use them though. I mean, seriously. I mean, I've got. I say if I'm going to use my jug and my caretaker to take out a Thor base. All right. I deploy my jug and I move it off an inch or two, and then I deploy my caretaker, right? And I click on fist, and then I click on my jug, and the caretaker retains the fist. The jug doesn't. And I just run that son of a bitch around, and that caretaker sticks on that jug's ass like it was glued.
It's just, it's literally the juggernaut. I mean, sometimes I sit there and hear laugh because you can see everything's moving forward. And then, because I always got them in different sections, all right?
Yeah.
Everything's moving forward and the juggernaut's going, and it's literally like the caretaker saying, fuck you, turns his ass around and legs it.
Now, do you do what I did? What I just said?
Always.
So you deploy the jug, then you deploy the caretaker.
Yeah, and I not say that in different tunes, in different sections of a tune.
Yeah.
Right,
and then click fist on the caretaker and then click on the jug.
It is that fucking jug. It's just fucked. You got some bases who ended up having the Gen 2 platforms maxed. So if you hit their bases, good luck with that one because that was a kickside glitch. That meant that the bases, the platforms had 9.5 million health. Okay? Good luck trying to kill one of those motherfuckers. Then you had the Screamer slowing down fucking ground units plus air units. So you had that one on top of it. Then you had the motherfucking hacking scumbags who had their brazen turrets attached to their fucking platform. The brazen turret, by the way, is for buildings only. Had them attached to their heavy platforms. That means if they had the fusion turrets on there as well, not the fusion, the other one, they had like double the fucking health.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have they sorted that? No, no, not as far as I fucking know. They haven't.
Well, I thought we
I
were
got
on
a stupid question. I'm sorry to interrupt y'all, but I have a stupid question too before we get off too far off of the depot subject. Like I said, I didn't get to read the update notes, and I'm not doing my normal weekly thing where I have all the information and I know all the data that was posted to community. Were the depots removed from the map and then put back out, or did they? What did they? I don't under. I'm seeing some things on the map that I didn't notice before, but I know it's things I'm not dreaming.
They drop more in.
Okay, but
the
one thing
21
I'll
day,
mention
the 21,
is something that I'm noticing.
The 21 day ones, they just drop more in the special.
I'm actually missing a depot, and it's gone from the map location that was bookmarked. And there was also a depot outside my base, and it's also gone. So the reason why I'm asking this, just to slow us down for a second, is because I'm trying to get a grasp on the update because I haven't had a chance to read the update notes.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to get a grasp.
When I got on, Joey, I had 3 deposits, 3 or 4. I don't remember exactly how many. And when I got on this morning, I had 0. So you know, they must have cleaned a bunch of them off the map and then made room to drop the new ones in or whatever. But
Okay, so I'm going to ask this out of randomness. Have either one of y'all noticed the game running better since they've done this?
No.
I haven't really done anything in the game today, so
I mean, because we notice stuff like this. We're just either you're used to the game running okay, or you're used to it running like this, or you're used to it like I've been noticing since I've checked my account today.
Yeah.
That it's not running like normally the exact same way that it normally does. It seems like it's running a bit better than it normally does.
Well, the map is working faster when you scan the map,
right?
You know, or that's working much faster. I noticed.
Okay, so we're noticing performance changes since they've made changes to the depots.
Yeah, you know, maybe that's just good.
I don't think
it might also be because last week they had 4 million of everything to hit, you know, on the map. So, you know, now there's not that much crap on the map. We may be getting a better performance, but yeah, the map's working better. I've noticed that. I haven't attacked anything today yet or done anything. So other than that, I can't tell you.
Okay, now let's go back to the updates. Grizzly, can you remember the updates or can you bring them up? Can you bring them back? Because one of the updates is with the hitting platoons.
Holy shit.
Wow.
There's an advanced metal deposit in 47 that nobody's claimed. Oh, well. Everybody's going, I tried it to kick my ass. Okay. Sorry about that. I couldn't help it. Yeah, they dropped more of them, folks.
Grace.
Okay, hang on. Let me go find it.
If that is the case, you just want to lift open your shirt and get a Sharpie and write that information on the inside of your bra and pass it to us. Don't tell everybody.
Oh, okay. Everybody out there in YouTube land, forget I said that. Eraser.
I'm not noticing. I'm looking right. I'm trying to be, not be so. I'm looking around the map, and I've not noticed a drop increase or anything here in 178 at the moment. But I am noticing that the map is just a slight bit smoother than normal. That's why I was curious about the performance issues and vanishing depots, because I'm looking at the map and I had three real-time depots bookmarked. I know for a fact I had 3 bookmarked that were they were just, I was monitoring what was going on between them because of Scooby. Mm-hmm. All 3 of those depots that were bookmarked are gone off the map from that spot, and there's a Thor base sitting there, just a normal Thor base. So depots have been taken off of the map and altered, which means that it's very much possible for Kixeye to do this. And if we're noticing, dramatic performance changes for the people that normally don't, have the best performance, even with good internet, if we're noticing a difference, then that's actually a plus. That's information that Kixeye should be taking in. I'm still not seeing any of the advanced ones yet. I'm looking around the map. I'm guessing maybe they threw you a bone in 47, Grizz, because I don't.
How about throwing some fucking bones into Sector 2, you dumb fucks.
And I'll be honest with you, the map is kind of plain right now. There is quite a bit of stuff to do on it, but it's kind of plain, so it's not hard to find those new resources at the moment, currently.
Hang on a second here. Hang on just a second. Okay, Sector 2 now has, ready, Heike?
Go on.
Sector 2 now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 deposits, advanced deposits.
That figures, and I'm doing the fucking show.
They must have been listening to the show.
Yeah.
Okay, now,
updates.
Hang on here. Let me. What do you want to start with the updates?
Can you put them on screen, please?
Which one do you want me to start with?
There is just the one, which is the long list of everything.
We have the PvP, we have the Infamy Exchange, the leaderboard, Infamy gains.
It should be all on the same page.
Well, they're all on the same page, but each picture comes up separate. So
start at the top, work your way down.
Ooh, baby. Whoa! Damn!
You know, like you start with a woman, Grizzly. You work at the top, you start at the top,
well,
and you
I'm not-
slowly work your way down.
Now,
If he ain't turning red, I will
Yeah.
for him.
no, I'm 66 years old. I've done shit you ain't even thought of.
But you just heard straight from the woman. Start from the top and work your way down, baby.
Let's see.
We ain't fucking around and sending hints your way. We're just gonna tell you.
Okay.
Start
okay,
from the top, baby.
I got.
Yeah. Yes, Grizzly.
I've always been a bottom first person, but you know what the fuck over. After all, I'm already on my fucking knees. What the hell? Why do I want to stand back up again so I can go back down? I mean, Christ, use some logic here, Joey. I thought you were better than that.
It could be worse. You could be in the fields in that smart tractor with your arms propped up behind your head, just coasting along in the fields.
I could be a fucking midget and never get to the top, but you know what the hell?
When a woman says start from the top, don't fuck around. Just say yes, ma'am. I got you.
No, they've never had
Yes,
any
ma'am.
time. They've never had any time to say anything except "oh."
General Grizz, at your service, ma'am.
All right.
Okay, look at. We're just going to start with the PvP season 14. Okay.
Yes, bring that up, please.
Because I'm just, I'm going nuts here. Okay. So let me go to screen share here. Come on. Okay. Share. I'm now screen sharing. Let me get to that page. Okay. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yet? How about there in YouTube land? Because that always loads a little bit slow.
You might want to do it from the forums, though. Well, I guess it don't matter, does it?
Don't even ask me to go into forums.
No, don't
that's like asking me to go into fucking workshop. I don't get paid enough for a headache. Okay. All right.
I love the way he puts "Let us rejoice."
Yes. Okay.
What?
So let us rejoice in the thawing of our frozen infamy. A new season of glorious PvP is upon us. The season is going to be short and sweet. It will be 1 month of action-packed PvP madness. We are back after a short break, and we can't wait for you to heat up again. This season, we are implementing some changes to balance the leaderboards, infamy, exchange, and platoon versus platoon combat.
Seriously, they talking about balance? Serious?
Yeah, well, they use the B word, Okay, so leaderboards. New payouts have been added to the leaderboards. And top 500 players can make more than ever before. The top player will earn an impressive 800K medals. The top 50 will earn 700K. The top 500 will earn a respectable 600K medals at the completion of the season. Players will see increases in medal payouts and blood thorium across the leaderboard from bronze tier to diamond. These new payouts will replace the old model and start with PVC season 14 and continue afterwards. We are excited to offer more rewards for our PvP-loving players. Get out there, Commander, and reap the rewards.
You seriously, at this precise moment, what I would seriously like to do is slap that motherfucker.
Yeah, well, everybody does. We've used the B word in the amount of infamy that is available when targeting higher and lower targets respectfully. There will now be more parity in the risk and reward of attacking other players. In short, higher infamy players will now not be punished as severely. You're still going to get punished, folks, but not as severely when attacking lower infamy players. Additionally, lower level infamy players will see increased returns when attacking a higher infamy player. These changes are aimed to create a wider array of available targets at one time and to encourage more players to engage in an awesome PvP action. We hope this creates a more B-word exchange and reduces the need for players constantly bubbling themselves. What could
They're
be
on about the fucking 69 dick sucking fucking scumbags? Okay, carry on.
Very good. Very good. Very, very politically correct there. I love that.
Yes, I know.
You termed that just perfectly.
Perfect.
In that sweet little innocent way you do.
Yeah.
That's why we love you.
Glad you see that.
could be more infamous than Haika? No, what could be more infamous than provoking your enemies while still making yourself a target? That just doesn't make any sense. Cowards who hide behind bubbles have been sitting on top of the leaderboards for too long now. In recognition of those gladiators who live for battle, your infamy will now grow when your bubble is popped. Everybody get that? Pop your bubble, your infamy is going to grow automatically. Okay? Throughout the day, you will receive a small amount of infamy as long as you remain unbubbled. The higher your infamy, the more you will gain. Inactive players will stop receiving this bonus no matter how long they are left unbubbled. We are excited about this new feature and may be tweaking it, oh God, no, throughout the season as we see it evolve within the community. I hate it when they tweak shit. I really do.
This sounds all very nice, right? It sounds, can you go back, please? Can you go back?
Oh, yes, of course I can. I can do anything except get in the workshop or the forums.
It sounds good, does it not? It sounds, yes, the ones that do the 69 shit, they forgot to mention when they turn on and say, you stay out of your bubble and you will get rewarded. Yeah, when you pop your bubble, you get rewarded with a 10 fucking minutes worth of fucking ass smacking. That's what you're going to get fucking rewarded with.
Well, you can't have it all.
Sake, Jesus, give me fucking strength. They tell you, pop your bubble.
I do. Honestly, I do. In an essence, I do totally agree with Hiker, because if you look at the wording, it sounds all sweet and warm and cuddly when you're reading that shit, but when you start thinking about this shit going forth in the game, something's gonna end up coming out of it that they didn't want to come out of it, possibly.
Well,
and I understand they're trying to reward people that are, maybe staying online and staying active, but that's cool. Reward people for, staying on the game longer than somebody that has to work and, to do that, but that's just crazy.
Well, it's just,
seriously, he turns around and he tells us all, the PvP players, to be gladiators. Go out there in the arena and you show what you can fucking do. Pop your bubble to get ass fucked for 10 fucking minutes while you're fucking doing it. Serious. You know what I mean?
Well, I can see him putting that on this page right here we're looking at, and expressed exactly as you did. I'm just really not sure they're gonna, though. Okay, personally, I would rather see it like that on this page, as you put it so eloquently, as you wax poetically. But we're stuck with the rah sis boom bob cheerleaders standing there with their kick-side pom-poms. Shit,
It's not factually based, is it?
You gotta be able to read between the lines here on this, and your way would be much quicker and much easier to understand.
Fact-based.
Yep, you're all gonna love this. You're gonna get ass fucked. The end. Okay. So, Joey, can you look in the side chat in the YouTube and see if anybody's got anything to say about this? And we need somebody to keep an eye on that. I can't because I'm sharing.
Joey's mic's off.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you get the gist of it, folks. Be gladiators.
Yeah. Put your chastity belt on and pop your bubble. Okay. Combat evolves. This is platoon versus platoon. We are making changes to the options available when engaging in platoon versus platoon combat. When attackers are picking their next target, they will now be prompted to select a platoon to launch the attack. Both the attacker and the defender are now limited to a single ground platoon and have full access to their PvP air platoon. So if you're used to using 6 toons to kill one, you can't do that anymore. And you shouldn't be playing the game anyway. The attacker's ground platoon will auto-deploy from the direction of the hex that they are attacking from. Air units will only deploy on demand. Attackers have lost the ability to end battle, and now both the attacker and defender have the option to retreat.
Oh, pardon me.
This concedes the battle and retreats the platoon back to their base. Additionally, players can now attack nearby platoons on the world map without popping their damage protection. In other words, you whack a tune from an enemy or a friend because you're an asshole. You don't lose your bubble, which I actually think is pretty cool.
Some people think it's cool. Some people turn on and say, "What the fuck?"
Well,
you know, like for instance, you get the 69 dick sucking fucking scumbags, okay? They're many platoons, the ones they're using, okay?
We gotta have Kickstarter start having you write the promos on this shit, you know.
Oh God. I'm serious though.
I'm snorting. Somebody check the YouTube side chat. We gotta have some comments here. Pardon me, guys. We're gonna come up that we're gonna screen share your guys here. What are we doing here? What do we got in here? Leaderboard and birthday. You're going to be free on both days. Okay. No, nobody's got anything to say out there, and I really can't blame them. So, okay. So back to that. All right. So,
okay. Now, before we carry on, Grizzly, you have to take over. I have to pick that child of mine up from work. Okay. I shall be back.
Is Joey back yet?
Yeah, Joey's back.
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. Joe, you want to keep an eye on side chat for me?
Yes, I'm watching it.
Okay, so there's the individual payouts. I already went through all those, but here's all of them. All right, top player 800K medals, top 50 700K, top 500 600K, gold 1 500K, gold 2 400K, gold 3 300K. Silver 1, 225K, silver 2, 200K, silver 3, 175K, and who gives a shit about bronze 1? Okay. So those really aren't too bad of payouts.
No, they're not.
They're really not. That's, I kind of like that. There's not much I can go to disagree with that. Alliance payouts. Rank 1, 600K, B, 300. I'm not going to read all those. You guys don't want me to read all those, do you? No, I can hear a resounding no. Okay. And then there's the big emblem. Yay. Okay, so we're done with that shit. So we can quit the screen sharing. Okay, bingo. We're out of there. Okay, come on, quit. Okay, we stopped screen sharing. Not yet. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, it's showing up.
What's up, Anton? What's up, Dave? Okay. So we've gone through all those. So Joey, what's your opinion on the damn tune versus tune shit?
What did they say? Did they change something exactly about it?
Yeah, what's going to happen? Oh yeah, you were off. What's going to happen now is when you attack a tune, you're going to be prompted to pick a platoon to attack it with. Okay, and when you attack that tune, you could no longer click leave. All right, to go set up for another attack somewhere. The only option that both people are going to have, right, is to retreat, end. And at that point, both tunes will be sent home. Okay.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. So what it's going to boil down to is, if, like I said earlier, if you're used to attacking somebody's tune with 6 of your platoons, you can't do that anymore. Of course, I don't know anybody that does that. And if you do, you really shouldn't be playing the game. Okay. So get on there. If it's gonna, it's and your PvP air can be deployed. Okay,
I
your
mean, based
two,
on the way I'm hearing you explain it, I mean, it's just a assessment of what you've been saying so far. Because I did step away when you read the update notes about any PvP platoon changes. Basically, is what it sounds like. Is it's like a kind of like a fix for the Ring of Fire.
in a way, yeah. Okay, let me go here. Zap it through again for you. I won't share it, but I'll just read it to you. Combat evolves. We are making changes to the options available when engaging in a platoon versus platoon combat. When attackers are picking their next target, they will now be prompted to select a platoon to launch the attack. Both the attacker and the defender are now limited to a single ground platoon and have full access to their PvP air platoon. The attacker's ground platoon will automatically deploy from the direction of the hex that they are attacking from. Okay. Um, Air units will only deploy on demand, so they're not going to pop out there automatically. Attackers have lost the ability to end battle, and now both the attacker and defender have the option to retreat. This concedes the battle and retreats the platoon back to their base. Additionally, players can now attack nearby platoons on the world map without popping their bubble. No, you can whack somebody else's tune without losing your bubble.
What's the benefits and disadvantages of that? I don't understand. Why is that? Why was that so important to implement?
I'm trying to think.
If you're performing an
You know,
attack after you got domed, you should not be able to run around the game hitting platoons without breaking that bubble.
well,
You
you
shouldn't be
know,
able to. I mean, that's just what we've been trained all these years. So
well,
why is
yeah.
that changing to benefit some people?
I'm not really sure. I can only see one instance, and where you have a bubble, and you just got bubbled, and all of a sudden your buddy next to you is getting attacked, and you go over to help him out. You don't lose your bubble for trying to defend your friend. Defend your friend. So
Right.
that I kind of get that. Kind of agree with that. For any other reason, I don't understand. I mean, it kind of negates the thing, well, where they came on earlier when they were saying, leave yourself unbubbled and you get automatic infamy payout. The longer you're unbubbled, it kind of negate, and that was, as they said, to try to discourage 69ing, right? But then this turns around and encourages it. Because if somebody 69s you and you run out there, you can still attack platoons all over the map with no repercussions other than maybe losing the platoon.
So this whole
You know,
platoon update was implemented yesterday in the updates.
apparently so.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
we're gonna be seeing players that are sniping platoons, but their bubbles aren't popping, and there's nothing we can do
yeah,
about it. They could, a player could just decide just randomly just to fucking try to piss me off as bad as they can. They could
mm-hmm,
decide just to snipe my juggernaut and my heavy platoon that I'm working on at a base, trying to open the base for a lower level or a fram maybe. Someone could decide to snipe my heavy platoon. I might get disconnected from the game and they can kill
yeah,
my shit and I can't do nothing. And
mm-hmm,
then when I come back on the game, not only did they kill my shit, but they're still in a bubble.
yeah,
I
and
don't
like
understand. It's like
like Anton.
only certain people benefit from that, but there's a lot of people that don't benefit from it. There's
Mm-hmm,
more people that don't benefit from it than there is. I don't understand the whole concept of that. What does it matter? That's part of the war ethic, basically a war commander. It's the founding element of it.
mm-hmm,
If once you create an attack after you've been domed, it's over with. You're gonna pop or you're gonna sit in that bubble. You choose, commander. I felt like that's always been the ethic background of the game. Once you get a bubble in PvP, if you decide to cross that boundary again, that's a personal decision made by the player, and
yeah,
therefore there has to be there has to be repercussions. It's a war game. You can't just run around sniping people's shit and sit in your bubble all day. Yeah, we could say it could be really great to help a friend out that's getting attacked, but then isn't that also, if someone can help their friend out and not pop their bubble, isn't that
Mhm.
another disadvantage to players in the game?
Yep.
You're helping
Let me,
somebody, but I can't hit your base. What's wrong with
yeah.
that picture?
Let me
Something.
let me let me answer Phil's question here. Not sure on the tune fight stuff because it means you're going to have to choose your air tune for fighting or base hitting. Yeah, I mean, it's that really hasn't changed, Phil. I mean, it's still, you're gonna go in with your ground platoon if you want, or if you want, because that's going to deploy automatically. So you're stuck with that. You're going to have to use the ground platoon that you sent, and then you can choose your air. So I have no idea why they've hamstrung everybody like that. Because essentially what's that saying is that if you run over there with a dog or a buggy or something and you attack and your buggy deploys and it gets blasted right away before you've had a chance to deploy your air, it's over. So I don't know. We'll have to play with it and figure it out. And see exactly what it
Do
is.
you know what the rules are, Grizz, right offhand? Since you know about the updates, and it's been like 24 hours pretty much since the updates.
Yeah,
Do you know what the rules are, or how many times can somebody snipe before their bubble pops in their base?
it doesn't say anything about that.
Okay, so neither
It,
one
it
of us
doesn't.
know that information. Does
It
anybody out there in YouTube
yeah.
chat know
It
how many
in
times you
the
can snipe a platoon before you pop?
in the update. Um, Let me check here again just to make double sure. Okay, I don't want to be platoon versus platoon. Um, it does not say anything that there's a limit to how many times you can do it. Okay, all it says is additionally players can now attack nearby platoons, and it says platoons, so that's plural,
Right.
on the world map without popping their damage protection. So apparently there is no limit. So you know, but like I said, we're going to have to play with this. This is all new shit that's out. We're just going to have to work the kinks and the bugs out of it with, by experience and see where we can go from there. I mean, that's about all we can do when you get down to it. um, so that's it. That's for the updates. Yeah, Anton, I can see where that might be advantageous to have somebody breaking a jail, on somebody else, so that their teammate or you can get into it. Um, which is going to be kind of nice because if somebody's, say even surrounded their own base, you know, and you can if you've been bubbled, you can get over there and help one of your teammates, clear tunes without losing your bubble. So I can see the advantage in that, you know.
What are the
So,
perimeters, Anton? What are the
but yeah, I
perimeters?
I understand when you're jailed, Anton, but other than that, quit saying
Sounds
no,
like he already
Anton.
knows. It sounds like he already knows the mechanisms of it. So what is the mechanisms right now? What is
Yeah.
it? How many times can you attack Anton before your bubble pops?
It only works on jails. How do they determine that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. Maybe I need to get. I am in the game. I've been in the game, but maybe I just need to find out what's
Yeah.
going on.
You mean
I mean,
you
I
mean
can.
when you mean when you're trying to bust out of the jail, you won't lose your bubble? Well, how do they determine who's around your base to determine whether or not that works or not?
Right.
I mean, what if one of the jails is one hex out to complete the jail? So, I mean, it's for two hexes around your base. Okay, so any tune that's two hexes around your base, you don't lose your bubble. Okay, now you see you explain that. That's a little bit better instead of just saying no and yes. Okay, so did you get that, Joey?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, so if the tunes are within two hexes of your base when you're jailed, you won't lose your bubble trying to get out. So that's cool. I like that.
So couldn't that be used as an exploit? I'm just asking to ask. If we don't ask
That
questions, we'll never
that
know.
that
So
that
is
may
that not
be
exploitable?
well. They may be, that may be the way they set it up for people to be able to break out of jails. Of course, I'm not. In a jail, you got to leave one open spot, so at least you're able to get out there. But like you said, you're going to lose your bubble. So I think that's actually pretty cool. That you'll be able to get the hell out of your bubble, because once you're out of your bubble, all you can do is move around until you hit somebody, and then apparently you're going to lose your bubbles anyway. So it's some kind of an advantage, so you can get out of the jail. Personally, I don't see why they're going all that trouble, because you can just jump the fuck out of the sector and jump back in
For free in 5 seconds.
why take a chance of going out there and trying to bust out of a jail when you can just go jump back, So I don't get it. That was not if that's what they went for, okay,
And if that is truly 100% the situation why they've implemented this into the game,
yeah,
I'm not really with that, to be honest with you. There's exploitable mechanisms that could be abused sooner or later. People will figure out shit sooner or later of ways to abuse that mechanism. And
oh yeah,
another thing is that if I'm if me personally, if I jump to a sector right before an event, I'm giving this example because when the event comes, the sectors are locked and you cannot jump. So I'm
yeah,
saying this I'm trying to be as precise as I can.
yeah,
If I personally jump to a sector before the event starts and I get stuck there and they
yeah.
mass jail me, I feel it's my responsibility as the player that chose that decision to have to fight my way out of that jail
Well,
based
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah. If you're
based on
stuck
it
in
being a
there,
war game.
yeah,
I
if
mean,
you
this sounds like they're giving people that are jailed advantages over the people that have busted their asses to jail
well,
the enemy.
well, here's the deal, and here's one way I can see why I like this. Okay, actually, the second way now. As you said, Joey, if you're end up say you jump to a sector, you know, and you plan on jumping back to wherever you feel safe at before an event, all right, and all of a sudden something comes up in your life, or your computer decides to take a crap for a day or two, and you come back and you're stuck in that sector and you're jailed, you know,
Right.
then like you said, Joe, you got to try to fight your way out. And there's, some of the lowies, if they're not popular, they're going to get slammed and not be able to do the event. At least this way, they'll be able to get, fight their way out of the goddamn jail and try and do the event without, getting slammed, getting bubbled again. So I can get that. I can see where that could be a good thing. I really do. Um, but yeah, I have to agree with you, Joey. On the other end, it's eventually they're going to figure out how to exploit it, and Kickside will have to deal with that, or the players will when they come down around it. Of course, then again, if you've got somebody in jail that's in a sector that's been closed up because of an event, or say in a sector that you haven't been able to jump into, and if you jump out, you won't be able to jump back in. You know, it's gonna to me it's kind of a 50-50 deal. It gives some people some advantage, and I get it. Other things might be exploitable. We'll see what happens with it. I mean, what can you do? Yeah, I agree with you, Anton. Pop 24/7. I mean, if you're in there to play with this, you play the game. Like Joey said, also, pop bubble, play the game. And when you're through playing for the night, take your bubble like a good guy and go to sleep and relax. you know, I mean, pretty much everybody here has seen my base. You can whack that. I mean, some people have some problems with it, but it's not the best base in the world. But hey, it suits me just fine. You know, I'm not like Joey and Heike here and Stan and UK who got bases that are just gonna cost you your next mortgage payment to try to take out. I can't afford that shit. I don't coin. Well, actually, okay. Heike called me on the other day when I said I don't coin because Joey, you asked me last week, well, you don't coin, right? I said, yeah, I don't coin. And then she called me on that after the show. Yes, I do coin. Once about 3 years ago, I actually bought 100 gold to get a unit that you couldn't get any other way. And then over the years, Kixeye has sent me free gold and I've spent that. So technically, if you want to say I coin, you can, but I think maybe over 8 years.
I think you're just being. I think you're just being honest on the topic when somebody asks you in general, "Are you a corner?"
Yeah.
You're just being honest in
Yeah.
general, because you know yourself that being a corner means you're actively spending coin
Yeah.
weekly in the
Exactly.
game, regardless if
Exactly.
it's 5 coin or 500 coin.
Yeah.
You understand that process of an
Oh yeah.
actively
See,
coining
and
player, but it don't really matter because
no, and Heike was just yanking my chain. I'm just doing this for giggles, because I don't coin. I don't go out and buy coins. I don't buy coins to go to war. I don't buy coins to do the events. I do with whatever I got, and I take the pride in being able to do that. And that's me. I have, I'll be honest with you, when they first started this coining thing, 6 years ago, Joey? 6 years ago? I was good point, Anton. Every base is a good base. Good point. When they first started that coining shit, that gold shit, I hated it. I really did, because at that time, in the sectors that we were friendly with and bounced around in 47, we were all just there. Not coining was as big of a slam. Being called a coiner was as big of a slam as being called a cheat. As a matter of fact, at that time they were inseparable. As far as everybody was concerned back then, if you coined, you cheated. And everybody hated it. And then eventually, as people learned how to use it to an advantage without spending a lot, it helped them along a little bit. And then there were players who eventually, as we all knew, took over and just spent a ton. And then all of a sudden the cheats started rolling in. But that's another topic for another show. But yeah, nowadays, because as you constantly say, Joey, the game has evolved over the years. And if somebody were to come on now that played back before we had the world map, if they came on and they didn't play again ever when they were in the original game, if they came online now and decided to get back into the game, they would sit there with their mouth and their jaw hanging around in their lap. It's evolved that much. And with that came everybody going, well, okay, there are coiners and there are non-coiners, and we're not going to call either one of them anything. It's just the way they choose to play the game. And there are some people out there that can't afford to coin. There are people out there that can afford to coin, like me, that don't care to. And so coiners, they don't bother me anymore. They haven't for a couple of years now. I just, it's just, okay, it's part of the game. I'm gonna get, oh my goodness, it's back.
What do you mean it's back?
Oh, I thought it was somebody else.
Yeah, my ass.
Well, it's been nice knowing y'all.
welcome back.
Thank you. Pal.
Welcome back, White Mitch. It's so lovely to see you.
We were kind of just discussing this platoon update, with somehow it's supposed to be beneficial to people that are jailed.
Do you want an honest answer?
Well, hang on, because we've gotten some more information here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and we're going to have to determine, Anton out here is, hey, Phil, thank you for being here, bud. Appreciate it. Yeah, rest in peace, Grizzly. You're right, Anton. Anyway, what Anton was saying was this, at the bottom half of that update where it said you won't lose your bubble.
When you attack platoons, yes.
Right. Apparently, that's not an all over thing. Apparently, what it is that if you are jailed, you go to fight your way out of a jail, any tune you hit within 2 hexes of your base, you don't lose your bubble.
Uh-huh.
if you're out there in the field, apparently you do lose your bubble. Now I don't know how
That's a crock of fucking shit.
Yeah, well, we've kind of discussed the pros and cons of that, but and there are some pros, believe it or not. Well, at least that I thought of that I thought were excellent, and a couple that Joey thought were excellent. And there's a bunch of cons that we both thought of that were of your opinion that crock of shit.
I agree. It's got its good points and it's got its bad points. It's like if it was supposed to meant to be, if somebody is jailed, they can work their way out of jail without getting continuously smacked. Okay.
Yeah.
That is as it may. But that is not they do that, it's like I had 2 platoons on the map today and this little twat waffle come along and killed, tried to kill. I was talking to you on the phone at the time, Grizzly, was trying to kill one of my platoons and his bubble didn't pop. Now, in the olden days, like day before yesterday.
Okay, you mean your tune was out on the map somewhere or was it by your base?
It was by my base.
I don't know. We're going to have to figure this out. We're going to have to play with it.
Right? It was by my base. And he hit that platoon. Okay? And his bubble did not pop. Okay? So it does not work like they said it was supposed to work.
Well, we're still investigating, okay? Because there's nothing in the updates. Because believe it or not, I actually went into the forums. Now my head hurts. There's nothing specific about anything that
come on. Specific? No. You're talking Kickstarter, you're being specific about fucking anything.
Well, we know, but what I'm saying is, we're going to have to figure this out because,
Good luck.
Yeah, well, we can do it.
Good luck.
I'll just have Puddles smash the shit out of your base and we'll figure it out.
Oh, you leave my Puddles alone. No, not Puddles. I'm dead.
Puddles will kill you. Puddles will kill you.
Okay, now the thing,
I still haven't found one open resource thing since we went live. I haven't been able to find one myself alone by searching.
I actually found oh god damn it. I actually found a couple while I was talking. I was kind of scanning around.
Okay, just don't rub it in, all right? Because I'm not on the map. Just don't rub it in, okay?
Okay, so I'm just gonna take a guess. Okay, I'm just gonna take a guess. This show's been live for at least 45 minutes, and the whole time in between an hour,
an hour and 20 minutes nearly.
Yeah, 71 minutes.
Over an hour then. And even though I have been doing little things in between the show, taking phone calls and eating a little bit of food and drinking some coffee and looking at dirty pictures of Hiker from yesterday, although I've been doing all of that stuff, I've still been looking at the map and haven't been able to find no damn resources on the map. So I mean, are they wanting us to beat our friends up for these resources?
Yep.
Are they wanting us to go to war with each other?
Yep.
That's pretty much it. It's like
so I was saying most people are just going to be like, fuck it, I'm going offline. I don't need that shit. I'm logging off. I'm done.
Yeah. It's like
be honest. Is that what people are going to do?
Well, it's
when they're done with all their upgrades and their daily routines.
It's like what Heike and I were saying earlier. It's like the old days when they first came out with the Thor bases and everybody was knocking the snot out of everybody to try to get one, and then you had to keep it.
And you started it with your fucking life. You had like 20 platoons on your fucking Thor base.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a break. Do you know what I mean? And you talking about evolving. What the fuck has evolved? It just got worse. It just got bloody worse.
Evolving doesn't mean necessarily good.
No, not always.
I mean, talking, when I look forward to the PvP season. Well, I normally did look, in some respect, forward to the PvP season if it wasn't for the 69 twat waffles. Okay?
Twat waffle!
Yeah, them are the ones. Okay? But they stopped this PvP season for a month, And now they started it again, and they come up with these upgrades, and it's probably me, myself, with loads of others, was crossing our fingers that they do something about this 69 crap.
Yep.
And what have they done? Fuck all. Nada.
Yeah.
Zilch. Nothing. And I have noticed, amongst other things, that today that the sewer rats are crawling back out the sewer, the twat waffles you haven't seen for a month when there was no infamy and no PvP season. You haven't seen the fucking dick sucking asshats for a fucking month. They now come crawling out of the sewers.
Yep.
They're back.
Hey, Joey, pal.
He's
pal.
doing something else. His mic's off.
Oh, pal. What sector is pal in?
I have no fucking idea.
Oh boy, there's a lot of people getting screwed right now. I'm going through
I'm
this
here.
list.
Sorry.
Oh, what sector are you in, bud?
178.
Okay, hang on. Let's
I'm not really supposed to be going off that list they put on the forums, am I?
yeah, that's actually pretty
Well,
damn
if that's the
accurate.
case, then I'm just going to log off and go to sleep later on. I'm not going to be farming none of
I
those
tried
things.
that, and
If they
not
want me to
on
follow
that
some
list.
fucking lists on the forums, I
I
mean, I'm
tried
just
that
assed
list
out.
on
Okay,
the
and
forum,
Joey,
nothing there.
Joey,
Oh, these fucking smartasses. They're
Joey,
fucking watching this show and they put one right outside my damn base.
Joey,
The fucking smartasses.
Joey. In your sector, you have one,
I have
two,
one right outside
three,
my base.
four. Hang on, okay, I finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 8 showing. Now they may already be taken. I don't know, but it says they dropped 8 in your sector.
Okay, Kickstarter, if you're watching it, please, could you, is there any chance you could wait until I go offline and drop 1 or 2 right outside my fucking base? Thank
Oh,
you.
sure. They'll be right on top of that.
Yeah, right, and pigs mine frigging fly and all. Okay. Okay, now, it's like I says, all these new updates, all this new shit that's coming out. Base defenders are getting better if they're working, which they're fucking not. All right, just to put that out there.
Yep.
The glitches are still glitches galore going on. Shit not working as bloody usual. And the same cockamamie excuse if you write a ticket. Try to empty your cache and blah, blah, fucking blah.
Well, that's been the boilerplate answer for Kickstarter forever.
Pay
Empty your cache. Empty your
friggin'
cache.
God
Pay
damn, look at these
internet speed.
platforms in these motherfuckers. I haven't even seen these bases yet. I'm looking at the one that's right outside my base now, and damn,
Yeah.
these fucking platforms and turrets are fucking maxed to shit.
Yeah, you think this shit was easy?
Yeah.
Okay, now is there? Before I lose it again, I want to stay calm. I want to stay, chilled out, because it is friggin' midnight. Well, 22 minutes past midnight here. All right, so I want to go to bed, chilled out, not pulling my fucking hair out by the roots. It's like I said, all this new stuff. Some of it, pardon me, is well-meaning. Probably, they're trying to, and the emphasis is on the word trying to make PvP season more constructive for PvP players, which of course is a crock of shit. That swearing when they call it a balance, it is not balanced. It never has been balanced, and it never will be balanced. So there is absolutely no hope for any of it waiting for this balance. Like I says, this tune shit, I don't know if they had the Ring of Fire in mind, right? When they think that, but the 69 has not been sorted out. In some respect, maybe the PvP has gone better for high bases. The 69, what they're actually telling you with this PvP season, okay? What they're actually telling you, these people that sit in their bubbles for 24 hours a day, what they mean is You get the 69 twat waffles. They jump into a sector. They have their teammate hit their base while they hit one or two bases, and they're having their dick sucked at the same time. They automatically go from bubble to bubble. Am I correct? So they thinking this is me personally, they thinking is that, well, right, they're staying in their bubble, they're not going to get the infamy, like for instance, Grizzly, you gonna collect, or Joey, you gonna collect, or I'm going to collect. Okay, now here's a news flash for you, Kickside. They don't fucking give a shit. Because any extra infamy you get fighting fairly, hitting bases, PvPing, getting hit, blah, blah, fucking blah. They just going to take that shit off you. They don't care. The only way you can make them motherfucking twat waffles care is if they don't get any infamy of any fucking base while they're 69. They get nothing. Nada. Zilch. Fuck all. That's the only way you can hurt them. This way, no, they don't give a shit. They just do whatever you earned, whatever you worked for, they're just going to take off you. Simple as that. So, whatever the idea was, not going to work. Over to you, Grizzly.
I don't know.
Well,
It's just I'm still sitting here tripping out. I mean, what's the odds that we're doing this live show and I'm consistently in the last hour bitching about not being able to find one? What is the actual conceptual odds that one would literally pop up literally right outside my base? It's literally one hex in between my
you
base
better
and that.
you better take a
So
picture of that. You better take a picture of that son bitch and save it.
I did. I took a picture and I saved it on the computer.
Because that ain't never gonna happen again, buddy.
It,
Never.
it can't be pure coincidence. I've been looking for an hour, and then on this show the whole time been talking about looking for one, not being able to find one, and then magically one just pops up in the blink of an eye too. I mean,
Well,
like I just went into my base and came back out, and boom, it was there.
I mean,
Yeah,
with a bit of luck, maybe Kickside gets the idea there's not enough out there. Plant some out there, folks.
I mean, yeah, if their
well,
goal is to motivate us to fight over this, I'm sorry. This is just my personal opinion. I'll let y'all
look,
vouch
I
for
won't fight
yours.
over
now,
no
I don't
fucking.
think
now,
people are going to fight for this resource.
okay.
By the way, I
Let
still
me,
have to
let me,
figure out where these resources go because to be
let
quite
me,
honest, I haven't looked. Where do
let
these
me,
resources
let me,
go?
let me get into something here. When the original banner came up this morning for the advanced material deposits, right? Okay. It said advanced material deposits are live now. Check out coordinates intel to find these rare materials. And then it had a time on it. And then they said, something about more than 48 hours. It doesn't say 48 hours anymore. So I don't know how often these some bitches are going to pop up.
But
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying. I'm asking Joey. Once you collect one of these new rare material things, where do you store them?
It automatically goes into a counter that's on your platforms and shit.
Okay.
Oh,
Once you
okay.
get some in your base, click on your platforms and you'll see the.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I thought I had to fucking build up another bloody depot or whatever to store that shit in. Okay, so is there anything else anybody would like to discuss before me and Grizzly have to tell this little story, don't we, Grizzly?
Oh, you go ahead.
We mean you go
Because
ahead.
I have
You,
nothing left.
you say
No,
it so much more eloquent than I do.
no, you go ahead, and I will fill any gaps that there might happen to be because you were on a roll today.
No, I don't want to be on the roll anymore.
Yes, you're on a roll, so just keep it going.
What I want
Oh,
to do is I want to, I don't know, apologize to Kickside and to the YouTubers out there for losing my rag and my swearing. But I have just about had enough. When you get to this stage, would you go, why do I bother? Why the FNL do I bother getting so angry and frustrated over something I have no control over. The only control I have is to say fuck it and shut the game down.
Mhm.
That's the only control any of us have, But this is getting so. I mean, when I read the updates and I'm looking and I'm searching, what they're going to do about these 69 twat waffles and nothing again. They have no solution for it. They really and truly have no solution how to fix this.
Well, we gave him a couple solutions.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we've actually given them solutions that would actually not hurt anybody else in the game if they
Yep.
implemented them. You don't
Yeah.
get no better solutions than players giving you answers to the problems that don't have a negative impact on the game at all. If you
and,
would, if you move the infamy away from the player, and or besides moving the infamy away from the player base, individualized, if you do that and you don't see differences, then you have a secondary comment that people have said over the years. Instead of stressing just about the infamy, just change the prize system or make it a different system in place where players won't feel like they need to do that.
Yep.
Moving the infamy is one way, but also adjusting the timers.
Mhm.
Adjusting the timers in different areas to give fair players and corners enough time to complete their attack on a player that's trying to lock up their base and 69 it. Increase those timers to positively impact the players that are trying to have fair play. Whereas the only people those timers really do hurt, the only people those timers really do hurt by adjusting them higher is actually the 69ers.
it's not going to help.
Because if I'm gonna pop my bubble, I'm honestly not gonna be worried about 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, just to be honest with y'all, I know we all have our own different opinions of each thing going on in the game. But even if I jump to another sector besides the one I stay in, even if I do make that decision as a player, I'm also making the decision whether or not I can be attacked for 5 minutes or 15 minutes. So,
Hmm.
naturally, if I'm thinking smart and tactically, I'm going to pop in my home sector first and then jump so that they don't get the full 15 minutes of hitting me. That's just common sense stuff, though. Some people don't even care about that. Some
Yep.
people just jump and pop and say, fuck you, fuck me, let's all fuck each other. And technically speaking, that's actually the way the game, from a
It's
war
supposed
perspective
to work.
and an attacking perspective, that's the way you want players to think. Fuck me, fuck you, fuck it
But
all.
we've
Let's
been,
just smash each other.
Paul, we've been saying this for months. We've been saying this for weeks. We've been saying this for like since it's been going on. And I'm telling you now, Kickstarter ain't going to do shit. I mean, you can't tell me that they are not losing money hand over fist, which
Well,
they
they have to be losing money because there's players still posting all over Facebook about quitting the game. A lot higher percentages than there was just 2 weeks ago. I mean, I'm still seeing every single day since we did the last show where I came in late last week. I'm still seeing people post all over Facebook about quitting and selling their accounts. So, I mean, they're going to have to acknowledge that they're losing players because we're seeing them leave the game. If we're seeing players leave the game visually with our eyes on Facebook, then that's a like a factual assessment. It's a piece of data. If you got 100 players saying that, there's going to be at least 50 of those that did quit the game or sell their accounts. So they are losing players. That's just common sense. We're seeing this shit all over Facebook. People are saying you'll just catch it little snippets of it. People will go, nope, I'm actually done with it. I'm out, and that's all you'll see them say. And you won't have people replying to that comment saying, "Are you quitting? Did you quit?" You just see people saying that, and then they're gone from the game. Poof, they're
Yep.
gone.
you
You
know,
might get one of their friends might send a message say, "Hey, where are you? What's wrong? Are you okay? Where have you been the last 2 weeks?" But honestly, since I've stood back from the game, I haven't even gotten one message since I stood back from the game. Not even one message concerning the fact that I'm not as active as I was, which
Yep.
is actually kind of weird because when I'm heavy and in the War Commander and bouncing around from account to account, sector, and doing all these crazy fucking things that I used to do, and I'm not doing them anymore, and nobody's messaging me saying, "Hey, where are you? Okay? Are you alive? Or did you quit the game? Do you care about the game like you used to?"
No,
Nobody's really sent me messages at all that know me in the sector or anything. So I
I
think
mean,
they're going to have to really make some changes fast to keep
Grizzly,
their player base.
Grizzly, how long have we known each other?
Oh God. Well, since the beginning of the world map,
That's a lot of friggin' years,
that
okay?
is.
And we had our ups and downs. We screamed at each other. We laughed. We cried together. We did everything together, right? For people who live thousands of miles away, just to put that out there before some fucker comes up with something freaking stupid, all right? We speak on the phone every single day, do we not?
Yeah.
Even when I'm traveling, when I'm here, there, and everywhere, I still 90% of the time make sure, even if it's just a 10-minute phone call, how you doing, right?
Yeah.
And that will never change, even if I do quit the game. Okay. And
Mm.
when have you ever known me in the nearly 8 years be so frustrated with a game?
Oh, never. Never.
I've always been, I always been there. I've run sectors, I have run clans. You know what I mean? I like my PvP. Well, I used to like my PvP. I like the laugh and a joke I have with my friends, and in some cases, even my enemies. But for me, it went severely down when I got hacked, when my base got hacked. Okay, that people, and I've been seeing it, that people see the need. If they get their fucking ass whooped, because that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. If they get their fucking ass whooped, the first thing they have to try to hack your base. And they did. They hacked mine. They posted all sorts of fucking shit about me all over the fucking pages. They put a photo of my mother, turn around and saying it was fucking me. I'm an old hack, whatever, but that's beside the point. I don't owe anybody any fucking explanation, right? And what really triggered me off today, and I will say this, that when I got hacked, I was in Sector 2. And yes, I will blame the Albanian fucks that were in Sector 2. I will blame them because I know it was one of them. And I even know which one it was, okay? Just to put that out there. But when I jumped back into the sector last night and this morning, when I got online before I went to work, this KT motherfucking piece of shit, when he seen me in chat, the first thing he turned around and said to me, looks like White Witch will need to change her password again.
Yep.
And then thinking, you really want to do this? You want to go through this shit again? You really want to fucking put that out there, you hacking piece of fucking scum?
Yep.
And this is when you literally turn around and say, I spent thousands on this account of mine, and Grizzly knows it.
Yep.
I spent thousands on this account. And I think sometimes the only reason I still play this game is for people like Grizzly and Bostonian and Dan Dan, and do you know what I mean? UK
Joey.
Army, all my friends,
And
and
Joey.
Joey, you know. But I think it is as well, is that I spend too much money in this base. I have literally spent too much money in this fucking base. You know what I mean? And for me, the first time, the time I got hacked, when that motherfucking scum deleted, I mean Grizzly knows, he deleted all my units, he spent all my gold, he changed my name, he was PMing people on Kicksai saying it was him. You know what I mean? Hey,
Mhm.
dumb fuck, I'm German. I don't speak fucking Albanian, you dumb fuck. You know, and this is when I started to go, do I really want to carry on doing this? Do I really want to? Uh, and even, I don't know. It really, I get to this stage now. And this morning again, it was like, looks like White Witch will have to change her password again. Seriously? You want to fucking go down that fucking road again? Something you are extremely fucking proud of, I gather. And Grizzly, how long did it take me to get my base back?
Months.
Why did it take so long?
Months. Well, number one, it was an interminable amount of paperwork just to prove you were who you said you were. And then Kicks went through an interminable amount of effort to get it back because it was just a pain in the ass their end, and then try to develop all the units back, and then it just went on and on and on and on and on. I mean, you had to make up a new Facebook account, which is what they told you to do, so you could communicate with them.
Kickside account, yeah.
About what was going on. I mean, it was to a point where White Witch was getting just frustrated as hell and just said, fuck it. And I kept having to tell her, stay with it. They're trying, stay with it. They're trying, stay with it. And finally it went up the chain and they got some people to get into it and they got it done. But it took months because Kickside demanded that it go up the chain. They would give it to one person and that person would go, well, I can't do anything. And then give it to the next person. That person would screw with it. No, I can't do anything. And then and finally, it went up far enough up the chain where they actually found somebody that knew what they were doing and knew how to do it. And it got done. And when it got done, still, even at the point where they got somebody that figured it out, which took a week, and it's okay, we got it. We can fix it. And then in 2 days, she had everything back. But the months it took just for her literally to find aid to prove who she was
and
real.
You know what's the frustrating part of that was, right? And it could have been so easily within a minute proven who I was.
Yeah.
Because when you sent a ticket, when you open your Kickstarter account, it's got your email address, right?
Yeah.
When you send a ticket, you get your answer to your email address, right?
Yeah.
So when that scumbag changed all my details, okay, I turned around and I said to Kickstarter, I will speak to you from my email account because the cunt couldn't touch my email account. Couldn't touch that. You know what I mean? But now I had to do this, I had to do this, and I had to do fucking this. Do you know what I mean? And this is a pixel game. They went way and beyond what the game is supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. The fun left me for quite a while after I got hacked. And Grizzly knows it. I just sat in a sector, and that was me fucking done. I logged in occasionally, just did my upgrade and talked to Grizz and fucked back off again. Because I thought, why am I putting myself through this? Why are there still people on the map going through this? And it's so easy to fucking fix. It's so bloody easy to fucking fix. Because it's like I tried to explain to Kickside. When you get your Facebook account, you got all those different securities on your Facebook account, correct? You can have a mate, you can have your phone number, all right? You can have all that. So you have a code sent to your phone if somebody else tries to log in, or you even yourself try to log in from somewhere else, okay?
Yep.
What have they got in Kickside? Fuck all. Yep. Nothing. You can make an email address up if you want to, and that's it. You don't even have to verify that email address. You don't. You just fucking carry on.
Yep.
There's no security on Kickside.
When you were talking about, when Joey and you were talking about people leaving the game, Joey just sent me a PM. Explain it, Joey.
The reason why I do that sometimes is because I'm operating from multiple computers, so I'll send it to somebody else so I can access it from the other computer and save it.
Yep.
If you want to, you can go ahead and screen share that if it's easier for you just to do it. That's a live screenshot from the game
Yeah.
right now, and
Oh, I
Hello.
can,
that's not like bullshit. That's like a real player.
yeah, I
That's
can
not an
do it.
alt account. That's a real player that just said
Yeah,
that live in the game.
I'll do
You
it.
can share it. I don't. It's all
Okay.
good.
Yeah. Let me get the screen share up here.
And just to let everybody know, there's a bug in the defense, the buildings button right now, and it says that you either have 24 or
Yeah.
24 to 22 platforms you can place. That is a bug in the game, and you should not be able to build any more than 18 normal platforms. 18 normal platforms and 4 heavies. If the game allows you to build more than 18 normal platforms, you should probably pull your hand away from the mouse and not try to place them in your base because
Or you
someone
get
could
some
Yeah.
report
dickweed.
you.
You
You're
get
right.
some twat waffle going to do it.
It
Guaranteed.
when you for most of us that are clicking on it, it actually gives an error message that says you cannot.
There it
But
is.
there is players reporting that they
Can you all
have
see
been
this?
able to
Can
place
you
the.
all see this?
Let me go. Not yet. There, I can see it now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, SS300, Betty Boop. I'm done. Kicks out.
Kicks
No, read
kill.
what it says.
It
Read what she
says
says.
Betty Boop, dead base, gave her chords. I'm done. Kicks kill the game. Bye all. So there's level 42 out of the game.
Yeah, she. That's not like an alt account or bullshit. That was like a real statement just made. I just
Yep.
caught that randomly. I mean, just
Yep.
by being here in the game. That's normally I'm not online at this exact time because I'm going between work and house. But that's just random comment shit that you see on Facebook and in the
Yep.
game nowadays. It's pretty common. I see this stuff daily. It's not like something that just happens like once or twice a week, and I'm like, oh, they're leaving the game. That sucks. They were good players. This is like happening so often that I don't even comment anymore. I'm normally just like, well, this is what's happening to us. We're losing the player base. They're Kicks is pushing it too far. There's a lot
Yep.
of people that love all this shit that Kicksai's doing, but that's what a lot of people don't understand is while there is a large player base of people that love all these updates being shoved down their throats, there's a huge amount of us that don't. We want to play the game for fun, not to be farming for 6 and 8 and 12 and 14 and 16 hours a day. We know some
Exactly.
of us have jobs, some of us don't. Some of us have big families, some of us have small families, some of us have no families. Some of us have religious freedom, some of us don't. Our life doesn't. Our life isn't supposed to revolve around War Commander. War Commander should be able to revolve around us and be able to fit into our schedules. But if you look at the format of the game, you have to sit in the game 2 to 4 hours just to start your upgrades, get some chemicals, do a couple raids, do your shadow ops. What logical person working a 40 to 50 hour week job has time to come home and just sit down for 4 to 8 hours every single day after work or after a family event or after this or after that and just do all this farming. The game has switched to this farming format, and it's just that's where your PvP aspect is gone. They're always wondering what they can do to get PvP back, and it's because we're farming so much that we don't want to fucking PvP like we used to.
Yep.
Depots can only do so much to PvP. You can only update those so many different ways it's going to actually affect the game really. I mean, to be honest about it, you'd almost have to give a prize nowadays with the depot to really get the player base back infused in the depot shit again. You'd have to give like some kind of small prize, like, a million Thor per each depot, or just some kind of prize to even encourage outside players that don't like depots to even mess with them. So these changes they're doing, it's like they're not really impacting the game that we play daily. It's just adding to the grind and to the farm.
Yep.
Okay, now we've been pretty damn negative
Mhm.
today, which is a shame, really, which is something I really didn't want to do, but it had to be said. But now we come to the comical part of it. Now, I've got a question for anybody, and I forgot to mention it the last show was, has anybody got the new trophy from the event? Joey, Joey,
Yes.
did you get the trophy?
From last event?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually didn't.
Okay. Grizzly, can you ask on YouTube?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
anybody out there, right? They got
Did anybody out there get the new trophy?
yeah.
Roberto,
Who's
you
got
just
the new
signed in.
trophy?
Who got the new trophy out there in YouTube land? Anybody?
They're probably all fucking logged off because they're sick of me ranting.
No, Roberto Quintana just popped in.
Okay, I wonder if you have the new trophy, if any of you actually got the animation going and had a close look at this trophy.
Oh,
Because,
Roberto did. Roberto,
because,
take a look at your trophy and have the animation on so the trophy is actually working.
because whoever designed this trophy is took a leaf out of the book from the Marquis de Sade. That's all I will say to this. Because if you look at it extremely closely, and I'm sure the designer for this trophy, I mean, I'm convinced that the geezer that's lying there and getting squished
Over
might be
and
Will Hardy.
over and over and over.
It might be. His mind might have been on Will Harbin, because if you look at this trophy extremely close, you see this poor motherfucker at the bottom of this fucking at the bottom of this trophy, and you see this weight coming down and squishing him, and you can actually see the blood coming out the side.
Yep, it squirts out the sides.
Then it flips over, and then there is another little sorry ass motherfucker there, and he gets squished, and then he flips over, right? And when I'm telling these people, they go, "You're talking out of your ass." I says, "No, have a close look." And I shout grizzly, did I not?
Yep. Hey, Joey, here in the States here, they have this new show that's out there in goddamn left field called Happy. Have you watched that show, Joey?
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Okay, watch it. Just pick up one show one time and watch it.
Okay, what's the deal with the trophy? What's the trophy supposed to be like?
Well, what it looks like a great big goddamn steam hammer, right? And
Okay.
and there's a guy laying on the platform, and the steam
He's
hammer
tied
comes
to
down.
the platform. He's tied.
The steam hammer comes down and squishes him, and blood squirts out everywhere. And the
Right.
steam hammer comes back out, and they stick another guy under there, and it comes down, and it just keeps squishing guys with blood squirting out everywhere. And I swear to God, whoever developed that must have been watching Happy, because it's just about.
You know,
Well, I mean, were you saying,
Roberto,
Hiker, that there's
it's
some
what it
reference to
does,
something
laugh out
somewhere
loud.
else?
pardon?
Were you saying that there's some reference to this trophy somewhere else?
No, we're just bringing
but
it up.
I'm saying what they must have done, they must have took a leaf out of the book from the Marquis de Sade. You do know who the Marquis de Sade was, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
He was into torture. All right,
Goddamn.
let's put it
Right.
shortly.
goddamn,
Right.
it was funny because Heike is known throughout the land of Kicksai for getting the shiny thing every event, right? Got to have her shiny thing. And all of a sudden she PMs me about time, the event's over. And I get this, "My God, did you get the trophy?" And I went, "No." "Why?" I looked at it and it looked kind of cool, So she goes, "Look at my base." And I peeked her base. And here's this thing going squish, bang, squish, bang, squish, bang. I'm going, "Oh my God."
And it's like I said, whoever designed that trophy, I don't know if he had Will Harbin in mind when he put
Yeah.
that little person under that steam hammer, right? But I thought to myself, because I said to Grizzly, that ain't no fucking shiny.
No,
I'll be honest with you. After the years of playing this game and seeing all the updates that have come to light and all the updates that have never come to light, honestly, I feel like that man that's getting smashed represents the player base.
Oh yeah, it just cracked me up. I wonder if you
But
could ever
on a
get
serious
somehow get it.
note, if anybody out on YouTube actually had a close look,
I was being serious.
Yeah,
I feel
well,
like
that's what
I'm
I'm
getting
saying.
smashed every month.
That's what I'm saying. Roberto says, "Yes, his is working." That's a press machine. It is what it does. Laugh out loud.
you know what I mean? But this is what I mean. I like my shiny things, okay? I think I've got
she
balance 2. I've got every single trophy that has ever come out, all right? But when I seen this one, you got the normal ones with the flames coming out and the
Yeah. Oh yeah.
sparkles and the twisting and the turns. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shinies. This one is a squashy. It's not a shiny. It's a squashy.
Yeah. It's not even a guillotine. It's a squashy.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm looking at the video now because I remembered where y'all were talking about this. I actually made a video of it on the PAL page. It's on the PAL
Oh,
page.
okay.
There's a really nice fancy high def video of it.
you
Yeah,
know,
that's what I feel like every month with the events. Right after every event ends every month, that's what I feel like right there
That
after every
that's
event.
every kickside player playing. That's them right there, one at a time.
you know what I mean? But I forgot to mention it after the event when we did the show after the event, and I
Yep.
just realized it because I was looking at this because it fascinates me. I look at, I've got all these trophies in my base, but this is the motherfucker I always look at because I laugh at it every time I see it. All right, because
Oh yeah.
like I said, whoever designed it, right? He must have read the book of the Marquis de Sade. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
this is literally, let's see how we can torture the players even more.
Well, if you ever get a chance to watch Hike Happy, Happy, Joey, yeah, I'm pretty sure the guy must have been watching Happy when he designed that. And Heike, if you got a chance to find it somewhere over there, I don't know, but it's you will immediately know that this guy watches Happy.
I sent you the wrong link, Grizz. I'm sorry. That first link I sent you was a different video.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, so I thought on a
I
happy
was
note,
trying to send it to you so you could shove it in Hiker's face while we were sitting here talking.
shove what in my face.
She'd have
Shove
killed
the
me.
trophy. I mean, like this big ass video of the trophy. If you'll click on that link and bring it up, you'll see it. It's like a big ass video I made. I was kind of impressed with it, but the more I got to thinking about it after they made it, I was like, that's what I feel like after every event, like a smash drained motherfucker.
Okay, folks, is there anything else you would like to bring up before we close this down?
Nope, that's got it for me.
Joey, would you like to say something?
Uh, is this our shout outs to everything?
Yes, let's
Yeah, just
Oh,
kind of a wrap up shout out.
yeah.
2 hours.
Thanks to y'all for coming out and sharing your explicit and dirty minds with me and everybody else on YouTube. I appreciate the time y'all take to come out and do an extra little something, on your own time and our own time to give feedback about what we feel and things that we notice going on in the game and any bugs or glitches and complaints and moans. And I'm just thankful for everybody that still cares about the game, even to whatever degree it is. Maybe you don't care about the game like you used to, but you still play it. I'm just thankful for everybody that still shares their feedback and their opinion about it. So thank you to everybody, all y'all, Stan, Chris, White Witch, Hiker for coming out, and thank you for all the people that watched on the YouTube chat and commented and expressed their opinions. Thank you, everybody, and God bless.
I think we got a page out there somewhere. If Grizzly, if you want to put the link out, because there's a page for War Commander After Dark Certificate 18. So if you got any thoughts or anything like that, you can post them on there as well. Okay, Grizzly, over to you.
Yeah, just a real quick one. I wanted to thank everybody for watching and appearing on the show here. I mean, everybody takes their time off their own personal day to do this, and we hope we got some information out there to people, and we hope we got the correct information out there to some people. And if you've got anything, I will post the link in the chat here in a couple of minutes as soon as my computer decides it wants to play. Damn thing! He's crying out loud. Um, and we thank you all, and God bless Sector 47.
Okay, my shout out is, of course, to thank the people who turn up here every week when we decide to do the show, which, if you, just in case you haven't noticed, is not always on a specific day. We just do this shit when we fucking feel like it. And we got something to say, whinge, whine, or moan about. Of course, also a thank you out there on YouTube, anybody who's been watching. The reason Valhalla has not been on today, bless his cotton socks, he spent the week with his children and grandchildren at the beach getting rained out because all I had from him is complaints that is fucking raining. But then I said to him, you had to live in the UK. That's what happens over there. The reason UK Army wasn't on because he is absolutely, and Grizzly will tell you that he's in a blood frenzy, is he not, Grizzly?
Oh yes, yes.
Good
He
old
has
UK
been.
Army is
He's been
smashing
killing everything.
shit.
And I can highly agree with that statement because I've been seeing the shit all over Facebook and every other picture and shit posted to AFF and KT pages. All I can see in the chat is UK Army. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. And I'm like, this dude is on fire for real. He's like in every
Oh,
other chat saying ha 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 ha
oh
ha
man,
ha ha
he has
ha.
he has been tearing it up. I got to tell
He's
you.
been tearing up. We actually wondered if that fucker had any sleep.
I'm thinking no.
You know what I mean? Because he's been rolling, and he turned around when he PM'd me this morning. He's been rolling. He says, I'm on this now for 10 fucking hours. And trust me, there has not been a single fucking base where we had that's been saved. I can say, he has been smashing the living shit out of Sector 2. All right, we all have. I mean, most of us from my clan, we're all there, and there's nothing left standing. We cleared the fucking sector. There is not an enemy toon left on the map where there was thousands, so people couldn't get in. Kickside, bless you, cotton socks. You left the fucking door open, and we are in, and we aren't leaving. We shut that motherfucking door behind us. You know what I mean? But UK is on fucking fire, literally. And the thing is with UK Army, he is one of the really heavy coiners. Is he not, Grizzly?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He
Yeah.
tried to flatten his base, and the emphasis is on the word try. Okay? He don't care. He seriously don't care. I mean, he PM'd me this afternoon. There was 4 Albanians on him. He says, I got DC. Quite happy about it. He's just trying to
Oh
get
yeah.
back. This is what you're going to do. He says, smash the fucking shit out of the 4 of them. Do you know what I mean? This is literally what he's like. So, bless Sector fucking 2. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So that's one of the reasons he probably hasn't been on tonight. He's probably still smashing bases. Or his wife might have dragged him by the scruff of his neck off the frigging computer.
That could be an option
That
as well because he was pretty active on the. It wasn't even him that was making the post; it was other people. But I mean, he was popping up in all those pictures, flattening bases, making jokes, laughing. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Yep, he's
Well,
on fire."
his main thing is he's collecting, back rent in Sector
Oh
2.
yeah. That's what he's. Yeah.
He's collecting back rent. And the thing is, though, and I mean, it's the same with Bostonian, and Grizzly knows what he was posting. You know what I mean? We're dead. I mean, the clan I'm in, we're dead. Okay? So we've been told for the last, how long? You know?
Forever. Forever.
Yeah, we're dead. You know what I mean? We're fucking absolutely no good. We use which is fine by me. If we're dead, then I love to know which zombies are fucking Europe the arse at this precise moment. Okay? Our Sector 47 has found out as well, have they not, Grizzly?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
We will take so much. Call us dead as much as you fucking want. Okay? One person made one fatal mistake, did he not, Grizzly?
Yeah. Yeah.
He thought it was a good idea to run his yap on AAF and KT news pages, and he was fucking running my name and running the name of Elites down, and he was continuing. I warned him, other people have warned him, told him, shut the fuck up. But no, he suddenly, after years, thought he grew a set of fucking balls, and the whole sector paid for it. There's that movie. Look at it. Look at it. Squish. You You know, that is out of the fucking book of the Marquis de Sade. Whichever way you want to fucking put it.
I ain't lying either. That I do feel like that after every fucking event. I feel so drained and like just. I guess it's just because you get so used to getting in these like I don't want to call it a lifestyle, but it's like a schedule. Like you get used to doing this daily schedule shit. You go to work, you come home, you eat, you play the game for so many hours, you spend time with your family for so many hours, you do this, and day after day it becomes this
Okay.
repetitious routine.
Yep.
And
Okay.
that's for me what I think Kickside loses a lot of money
Yep.
and a lot of attention
Yep.
for is actually not listening
Well,
to the negative feedback and making the game better from the negative feedback. We can always say that we're on shows bitching and moaning, but feedback can be taken in two different ways.
well,
Feedback can be taken
let-
positive or it can be taken negative.
yep. Well, let's get this thing wrapped up because we've already
Okay,
given
I
our
wish
last thoughts.
everybody. Anyway, thanks for everybody that came. And when I finished here, I shall go on the map and smack the shit out of Andrew.
Yay!
I wish everybody a happy weekend. Enjoy your weekend. And if you don't have to go on the game, don't bother. You're not missing an awful fucking lot, really.
Thank you all again out there on YouTube for coming.
Yep.
We appreciate all of you.
Thank you very much. And happy weekend to everybody. Enjoy your time. Either in the game, out the game, entirely yours. But this is me, myself, and I, and my two companions here wishing everybody a very good night.